Rich, why is consistency such a vital part of the group's success, especially in those early stages?
Oh, this is a great question. I love this question. And hopefully I think with, especially the guys, since, being a guy leading guys groups but for women too, it's like when we go back to, the wound, it seems like that's a conversation I've had a lot this week with multiple people. When you go back in my own story, being abused at 4, and then learning how to do stuff on your own. So there's really no consistency. If there's no safety, there's no consistency. So many times with these guys, it's like father wound, mother wound, maybe mom and dad are split up. There's sexual abuse, physical. So there's just whatever happened as a kid, there's just been no consistency. So as we get older, we're not consistent in anything. We what do they call it? Job hop, job to job to job. You can't keep a job. There's inconsistency in your finances. You're not consistent in friendships and meeting, whatever it is. We've just learned that it's all about me because really I'm in survival mode. And that's why everything's so inconsistent, because if I stick to something, it's like if I commit to this, the fear is I'm going to get hurt. So I'm just going to do my own thing. And in a way, I'm being consistent in my own thing, but it's actually hurting me. So there's maybe a little bit difference there. When it comes to the group, it's like to realize when you come into group, it's really important as a leader to set that tone of like, hey, this is the plan. This is how the groups run, the 40, 60, 20, read what you wrote. We're going through the process and keep that consistent every week, because these guys are coming in with no consistency whatsoever. So when there's like a schedule and it's, I don't want to say rigid, but it's like, hey, this is what we're doing. It's really hard for those guys who have never had any like formal plan in front of them. They've just been, fly by night? That's kind of the what they've done for so long.
Yeah.
And the sooner that can happen in group, they'll start learning and picking up. And then it's not just like from the leader. It's like they start picking up the consistencies from the other group members too, which I love. I always tell my guys in group, it's like, I don't want to sit here and talk all the time. I want to see them interacting together in the group. And so when you see consistency that way, now they start trusting each other and they're building trust. And then by the time they get out of group, I've had so many guys say, Rich, I can't say I really enjoyed being in group with you because you were pretty hard, but I love the fact that you were hard and consistent and helped me through this process, because I've never had a guy talk to me like that and point me in the right direction. And it goes a long way. And it goes back to like starting the group well, at the beginning is like, consistency. I know we've talked about that a few times in the past. So,
yeah, there's something powerful about that high level of commitment where you just decide, I'm going. Like no matter what, I'm going to group. I'm doing my work, and if I don't feel like it, I'm going. And if I do feel like it, I'm going.
Yeah.
Because in many ways, emotions have been driving our life in a negative way. That we've been escaping difficult things. We've been, medicating our pain. And the group process, I think, teaches us to be responsible in a way that says, I can do this. I can just consistently do the work, go to group. And I know there were weeks, that first group, I remember like, man, I did not feel like it. Often doing my homework triggered anger because there was all this stuff I wasn't dealing with. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. But I would hear that mantra of like, okay, trust the process, just do the work, keep moving. And sometimes it was the weeks where, like when I was doing the homework, it's like, yeah, this isn't a very great lesson. Those were the groups where it just seemed like the Holy Spirit would speak some new insight or something that I hadn't anticipated. It was the weeks I didn't see it coming at all that I think had the biggest impact. So I would say that too, as you start group, like you never know what lesson, what assignment, what question, what story someone shares is going to create that spark of awareness of connecting the dots in your story. And if you're not committed, if you're only going, you're missing group when you don't feel like it, or you're iffy on the homework, you may miss those moments. And then you might look back on group and go, well, I don't know if it was that effective. And said, well, is it that the group wasn't effective, or your level of commitment to it kept it from being effective for you? So it's kind of that idea. I love how Dave Ramsey says it about financial peace for those who ever taken that class. He says, I don't make a guarantee, because if you do the work, you're not going to need a guarantee. It's going to work for you. And if you don't do the work, I'm not giving you your money back because you didn't do the work. And I think group is a lot like that. Like if you do the work, if you stay committed and consistent and engaged, it's going to make an impact on your life. Now, I'm not trying to promise like it'll fix all your problems and you'll never struggle again, but I'm saying it will make a significant difference in your life. But if you don't make that commitment, you're probably going to feel like, well, this didn't really work. And again, that's more a byproduct of the lack of consistency than it is about the group or the material.
Yeah. I'd think of this one. So before, I'm like a jack of trades here with careers, but I was a firefighter for 14 years of my life. And I think back to the fire academy. We had to put on all the gear, and you had to do it within like 60 seconds. And I just think about those beginning months of training where you did that so repetitively. You would do it blindfolded. You would do it in the dark. You would have to they'd kick your gloves around if you misplaced them. So you'd scramble and try to do this. And so you just continuously do that. And eventually you got it to where when you're on shift, you could be at the kitchen table. That 60 seconds is still there. We got to roll out the door. And so I think about that in regards to the faster scale. It was through that repetition of doing the faster scale, doing my check-ins, that I joke now because even my daughter, if I say a white lie in the kitchen, she'll be like, gonna have to confess that one to your group today. Even my daughter is picking up on that idea of these are the consistent parts of the check-in. It's being aware of self-awareness of where you're at on the faster scale. Even the fourth question of have I lied to anybody this week, and just how even my kids are noticing that has become ingrained and part of our healing journey.